All right, good afternoon, everyone. You're welcome to the webinar today. We're just waiting for a second to allow others to join. You're all welcome. All right, so you're welcome to the Mineral Exploration and XRF Technology webinar, brought to you by the Minerals and Miners Center in collaboration with the Richflood Mineral Testing Laboratory, InnovXafrica, and the Initiative for Advancement of Mining, Earth Science, and Environmental Protection, IAMESEP. You are all welcome to this event. And I will just take us through very, very quickly some introductory slides, and then I will introduce the other moderators for today. I'm still checking to see that we have all successfully joined. All right, so I'll be presenting, and once they have joined, I will check. Okay, I can see Mr. Gideon Nwafo has joined. Mr. Gideon, you're welcome.
Yeah, pleasure to be here. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get across to Dr. Salau to ensure she has actually successfully joined us. She just called now. I don't know if she's having some issues. I'll get back to you. Let me just get across to her.
All right then. So while Mr. Gideon is getting across to one of our mentors as well, that's Dr. Salau Sidikat, I will just quickly, because of time, run through the reason why we're here. And then I believe by the time Mr. Gideon is set, I will hand over to him, and then we get rolling. Okay, so this is me. My name is Comfort Asokoro Ogaji, and I work first and foremost with the Richflood Mineral Testing Laboratory as the managing consultant. And I also work with the Richflood Environmental Company as an environmental and social sustainability specialist. I also double as a director at the Minerals and Miners Center that is anchoring this event together with InnovXafrica. So I will not go much further. My LinkedIn link, I will drop it there. You can read more about me. Because of time, we will just get down to business. So I would also want you to please help us congratulate Richflood. Is 15 years old in February. So we are so glad.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Wow, congratulations. Thank you. So we have been through thick and thin to run business in Nigeria at the onset. It was really tough, but we were able to breeze through it, and we're very glad that from starting within Nigeria, we have been able to also spread our tentacles across the African continent, and we are doing now a number of projects across the continent. So we are so proud of all of the Richflood staff, the old Richflood staff, the new ones, the ones that are coming in the future. We are so happy, and we are grateful for how God has helped us and granted us the grace to be able to do what we're doing today. And Richflood has also been able to have a number of subsidiaries within this 15 years. And I will not want to go into that. There's another presentation we are doing later in the month to showcase all of that. Thank you so much. So next, this is why we are here, to make exploration more professional, more easier. And we are going to be introducing to us one of the technologies, which is the XRF analysis. The geochemical XRF analysis is an analyzer that provides you immediate on-site elemental measurements for a range of mining applications with flexibility across the entire mineral resource cycle. Decision-making is made easier with this. I would not want to go technically into it, but Mr. Bathman here is available. Later on, Mr. Gideon will take up and introduce other guests, and then we go straight to him. So you will need to read up and get more inspiration from the presentation today for making geochemical analysis easier for you, saves you time. instead of sending us, the Richflood laboratory, your samples, like you may have 3,000 samples or whatever, it saves you cost as well. So we want to show you, we want to show you how to save cost, how to run things on site, then you can now reduce the number of samples you send to us. XRF does not analyze lithium, for instance, this XRF, but there are other technologies that you may you can take advantage of the MMC exhibition coming up in London in December. We have a
much time on this presentation. Here with us, I will say Dr. Mrs. Salau has actually joined us. Madam, you are there, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, our mentor, as she just said, is a chief coordinator of IAMESEP, an initiative that has actually been growing very fast in the recent time. Dr. Mrs. Salau is an accomplished geologist, well known, at least among the youths and the young ones. She's a geologist with an impressive career spanning several decades in Nigeria mining industry, and also with a very strong academic background on extensive field experience. She just retired and she has taken up another new dimensions in trying to bring the young ones up by establishing an NGSO, actually known as IAMESEP, and also IMA Group. And this NGO focuses on capacity building and entrepreneurship development among young professionals in the mining industry. So Dr. Ms. Salau is here with us today. She will be making some remarks as we go on. Madam, you're welcome.
Yeah.
And
Thank
also, we'll also talk about today. I think when I got this topic, I see this is one of the best things that will actually happen to us, because over the years, I think this is one of the quickest way to actually test is a non-destructive analytical method that you can actually use to determine the elemental composition of so many materials in the field. And from there, like what Dr. Sokoro said, you can actually go to the lab with few samples, and that will give you very quick decisions. So I think today we will be hearing from one of the professionals who have been in the industry. Stuart Batman is our presenter today. He's from InnovXafrica, which is the only official distributor for this XRF product in Africa. Batman is headed by, is a managing member of this group for over 30 years experience in XRF instrumentation. And this company has been there for as far as 2007. And I'll say I've used the equipment sometime about 7 years ago, and it has grown to be one of the leading XRF and XRD specialists in Africa. So I think right now we'll make welcome of our presenter for us to run through his presentation. Then I will have from there, we'll take a lot of other questions, because this equipment has a lot of things to showcase when it comes to technical aspect of it. So our presenter, I think this platform is yours now. If you're available, can we go forward?
Yes. The presenter.
Is he available? Okay, he's available. Who is sharing the slide? He has his slide to share.
Yeah, I can share my screen.
It's sharing the screen.
Okay.
Okay, from beginning. Okay, can everybody see that?
Yes.
Okay. Great. So, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Stuart Bateman. I'm the MD of InnovXafrica, and we are the distributors in sub-Saharan Africa for Olympus Evident handheld XRF. We've been doing this now for 17 years, and we have also a pretty good footprint in Africa, all the way from Burkina Faso down to Cape Town, basically. So we service and support all of our customers from South Africa. Before COVID, there was flights to most major cities, and I think that's getting back to some normality now. So what I've prepared is some slides today, just to give you an introduction to the XRF, and a little bit of background on that for the people who don't understand what it is, and also talk about a couple of applications along the way. I think as this is just an introduction today, we are going to be talking a lot closer with Richflood in the future. We could probably put on some more focused seminars that are more application specific if there's a requirement. So I think if there's any questions at the moment, let's direct them back through to Dr. Comfort after this presentation, and she can forward them to me, and we'll take it from there. So once again, thank you for this opportunity, and I'll get into it. So what is XRF? XRF stands for X-ray fluorescence, which is, sorry, I've got emails jumping up and down. A method for determining elemental composition. XRF it's been around in the labs for a very long time. It's a well understood analytical method and technique, and it works very well for quick analysis out in the field, for process control a lot of the time. And my background used to be in the laboratories with XRF, and yeah, 30 years ago they took up a whole room. Now they take up they fit into the palm of your hand, and they give you incredible analysis. The way it works, sorry, I thought I had the presentation open. So you have an X-ray tube which emits X-rays. They come in, they bombard a sample, and the X-rays that are then returned in the form of photons are collected into a detector, and they are all these elements have got their own specific energies. Then we process that signal, so the different energies, and we get an output which gives us our geochemistry. We use these machines in a lot of other fields as well. We use them quite extensively in metals analysis, gold analysis for door bars as well, to determine the percentage of gold. So although this one's called geochem, for the nature of today, we also do alloys, different steels, which would be relevant in towns like Port Harcourt, where there's the oil and gas industry, and also for the gold buying industry as well. So we can do up to 30 elements down to ppm levels. And the elements that we can do is from magnesium through to uranium. Dr. Comfort did say earlier that we can't do lithium by XRF. That is quite true, but we have got some interesting developments that we've been working on, and I will share those with you towards the end of the presentation. So XRF material analyzers, we've got a selected portfolio. We've got the handheld analyzers, which are fast, non-destructive, accurate, robust, and easy to use. They're for in-field testing, but we can also put them into a workstation, which I'll show you shortly. And we have different models. The different models obviously come at different prices. They have different capabilities, depending on if you're looking for steel, if you're looking to test the purity of gold, if you're looking for low levels of detection in exploration, or if you're looking at maybe process control, where you've already got a higher concentration. If you're looking at fast repetitive analysis, we've got automated analyzers, where effectively the Vanta IX is taking the inside of a handheld analyzer without a handle. We're ruggedizing it and putting it into a process. And then we've got the Vanta GX, which is precious metals analysis. It's fast, accurate, gives you gold in their carats or fineness, and we sell those mainly into jewelry stores or pawn shops. So the key features of the Vanta, it's rugged. So because it's rugged, it's got a 3-year warranty as standard. It's IP 5554 rated, that's for dust and water. It's been drop tested. It's got a detector protection. And one of the key features for our units, I mean, there is quite a number of other units out there, is it can work at very high temperatures. And it can work all day, every day. I mean, we've got customers in Zambia, and that gets pretty hot in October, November month, running 700 samples a day in a workstation. And these machines do not fall over in the heat. They can run really well. And what our key features are: our XN technology. It's giving us a much higher count rate, a much better resolution. So that is really helping in discriminating some of the overlaps that are really known in XRF. One of them being the copper, the cobalt and iron on top of one another. And we've done some pretty awesome mathematics and used this Axon technology to improve those results and the instrument stability. Some of the key features is the ease of use for basic level and super levels, but the user interface is like operating your cell phone now. It's you know, swipe up, swipe down, you can zoom, it's fast, intuitive, and I think if you're below sort of 35, you're up and running very easy. A guy like me, maybe it takes 5 more minutes or so, but it's very easy to use. The LCD touchscreen is fantastic. Even out in the sun, it works fantastically. It's bright, always easy to read. You don't have to run into the shade. And that's great when you're doing mineral exploration out in the field. You can connect all your units to the cloud. You have a global fleet management. So if you've got results that you want to send to somebody and they've got different machines everywhere, you can connect everything. And you can connect also to your laptop via Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. And we also have optional cameras in the instruments, where it can be a panoramic camera or an aiming camera. Some of our accessories, soil foot provides a stable point for you when you're using it out in the field, or if you just, so when you're out in the field, all these machines have also got built-in GPS, so you can just scuff the earth with your boot and you can do analysis and help you look for an anomalous area rather quickly. You can take in some grid sections and narrow them down, come back and do some more soil samples. So the nice thing with this is it just makes your life really easy when you're out in the field, zoning in on certain areas and then coming back and doing more intense soil analysis. And we've also got a field stand where you have the samples inverted. You can put them on the front of the analyzer and just push your samples into little bags or cups, and you've got a nice, convenient sample. So there's no X-rays floating around. These setups are not integrated for safety, and it's up to the user to make sure that they are operating under a safe environment. We have a workstation, which a lot of the larger exploration companies have set up in the field, and this is fully integrated. We sell this with cups, Mylar film, and a laptop. It can run off batteries as well, so it can run totally independent. And the nice thing with this is it's totally integrated. So if you break the circuit, the X-rays are switched off immediately, so your operators are always safe. There's no worry about any stray radiation on this. So you plug the machine into the bottom, and that's closed on the left, open on the right. So Evidence company strengths is we've got extensive geochem publications. And if you go onto the websites, you'll actually see we've done a lot of work in gold exploration, in copper exploration, basically any sort of exploration. I think I would say that 99% of any exploration company now is using portable XRF to screen their samples out in the field instead of sending them all back. And as far as training resources go, we've got a lot of training material out of InnovXafrica as well as Evidence, and we support our customers all the time. And we were just talking earlier to Dr. Comfort. Before COVID, we often used to come to site and do the training, but that will last 1 or 2 days, and the operators get a little bit brain fogged or whatever. So we found that since COVID, we're doing a lot of training exactly like we're doing now online. Customers are recording it for the future, for future operators, so they can always refer back to it. But it's also nice because we can break it up into bite-sized chunks, and you're not sort of giving somebody 6 hours of XRF training in one day, and then as soon as we turn around, we forget about it. We're doing a lot of out-of-the-box calibrations with our geochem, CarCats, and precious metals. And so this is why we are the leader in geochem. I think if you look around the world and look at all the top companies, Rio Tinto's, Anglo Americans, Barrick, Newmont, they're all our customers, and they're using these on their exploration programs. They're using them in their mines as well. So some of the strengths, it's non-destructive. You can send it to the laboratory at a later date to check. You can get really fast analysis from 30 seconds to 2 minutes in the field. Get results at the same location, which is great if you've got a drill and you're already in the zone. You can be using it sort of live and decide that maybe you're still hitting something while you're busy drilling, and you need to throw on another drill rod to go deeper. It can really benefit you, and the savings are genuinely possible. So what you're using out in the field is you're analyzing and sending only the necessary samples back for validation with the laboratory, and sometimes that's only 5% of maybe 30,000 samples. You do the maths, you can see that these machines can pay for themselves very quickly. There are weaknesses, however. We can't go as low as the laboratory, especially on some elements like mercury and cadmium. It is not a sub-ppm technique. And we're only doing elemental analysis, so we can't do any mineral analysis. and we do have some spectrum overlaps, for instance, iron on cobalt or lead on arsenic. And the machines are subject to matrix effects. So one calibration doesn't fit all. If you're searching for cassiterite in YOS and you look for tantalum somewhere else, you'll have to have two different calibrations. And sample heterogeneity and moisture do play a problem, do give you problems. And that can affect your accuracy and precision. So what is new? So obviously, portable XRF now has been around for about 25 years, really come on leaps and bounds in the last 10 years. And we're finding that more and more people are finding more uses for them, and they're automating some of the projects. So they're taking the portable XRF because we're getting these really fantastic results that are comparable to the large XRFs in the laboratories, and they don't have all the moving parts. They're not as service intensive, and so they're looking for new applications. And we've got a couple of automation projects. The one on the top right is a fully automated lab with the IX in SGS in Perth, and they're running that 24/7. The other is down the bottom left is where they've integrated our machine to do water analysis, low-level water analysis around the mines. We work quite closely with another company called Portable PPB to do low-level gold analysis out in the field. And I've got a few more slides on the lithium pathfinders. How are we doing for time? Okay. So besides the evident XRFs, we also do box scan from a company called Geotech. And what we do here is we actually take a Vanta machine and we strap it onto a robot. And there are 5 other sensors on here. There's chemistry, there's magnetic sus, there's mineralogy, imagery, and we can scan the whole core. And it's all about data. And we can collect all of this data and send it off to the geos if they're in Brisbane or London or wherever they are. And my geologist is in the DRC today doing an installation for one of these. The detector from PPP, this is a process that will do low-level gold analysis in the field within 8 hours. So you take a sample, you mix it for 6 hours, you then dry it, analyze it, and we're getting results down to 20 parts per billion. If anybody wants to know more about this information, we can tell you more about it. But I think we're running out close to the time, so I'm going to carry on. So our lithium pathfinder project, it's driven in collaboration with a major mining company. They gave us a whole lot of samples, and they wanted to see how confident they could be with using XRF and multi-element data and just getting a good idea. So the most important lithium pathfinder elements, besides our standard element suite, which is potassium, rubidium, niobium, tin, lanthanum, all those ones there, we're adding the ones in red, which is the tantalum, the cesium, the gallium, and the thallium. And there's other important elements, and they're all on our default G3 method. And we've got our lithium pathfinder method. And so what we did is we got a range of lithium minerals and grades. We did a proof of concept work done over 25 samples. We got great linearity. We did 100 samples, and we put together our lithium pathfinder calibration, and we actually launched it last week at the mining in Darba. This is just showing you some of our proof of concept and the linearity that we're getting between the XRF and 4 acids and other techniques. So I've got a video to show you now. Let me just zoom. This is so here we had various lithium samples given to us from the University of Oxford, and we've used those predictor elements and put in some Python scripts to identify different lithium minerals using the pathfinders. And I know we don't have concentrations yet. It's something we will be working on in the future. It'll obviously be very difficult to quantify, but we're looking at maybe doing some clever mathematics, and it'll give us maybe high, medium, and low values instead of actual concentrations. And I think it's a continual work in progress. We're really happy with what we've done here. Muscovite. And obviously we'll be looking at using these scripts for other mineral IDs as well. It's something that AI is helping us with all the time. So I think that's the end of my presentation. I can stop. And I wonder
thank you. I think you wanted to show us some videos. It didn't come up.
You didn't see the video?
No. I didn't see the video. I thought you wanted to show us something.
Yes.
Did you see the video?
No, I didn't.
No, it didn't show up.
It didn't show up.
I'm so sorry. Let's
Okay.
try again.
Okay. It's coming up now.
It's
Okay.
coming up now.
Yes.
Oh. All right. I need to get it to play.
Okay. Oh, this is beautiful.
Let me just. Okay, you seeing this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I wasn't. So what I was saying is, so we've taken these lithium pathfinder elements, these extra ones we've put in, and using scripts and ratios, and managing to predict these different lithium minerals. So we're really excited about this, and it's opening up a lot of potential for other minerals as well for us. And it's something that we're gonna definitely be looking at and expanding our library.
Okay.
Wow.
So, and these were the samples that were given to us from the University of Oxford.
Were you able to? You made mention of cesium there. Were you able to get cesium among the Pathfinder elements?
Are we managing to get?
Yes. Did you get lithium among the Pathfinder elements?
So we're taking the Pathfinder elements, we're using some ratios and some Python scripts.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Thanks for your presentation. I think that was a very wonderful one. Appreciate that. I think we will, let me see if there are some questions here before possibly trying to, recording. Please, if you have any question, you can actually post it. But before that, I want you to elaborate on some of the range of elements. You made mention of 30 elements in your presentation. This 30 element, does it include all the non-metals? I'm interested more of like in magnesium, sodium, potassium, phosphorus.
Yeah,
and also some metals.
The lightest element that we can do is magnesium. So there's no sodium.
Oh.
So
the lightest is magnesium.
Yeah, is magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, potassium.
Okay. In terms of the module, especially the handheld, the one that is actually portable, that one could actually use in the field. How does it come in terms of the module? Do you have all in one package, or is it based on costs? How do you actually package the modules? Like, can I have the light elements, the metals, the rare elements? Can they be in one?
Yeah,
they come as a package.
So if we have a look at the different models, we've got an entry level, which is a Vanta element, and we have a C series and an M series. So the M series is our top of the range machine, and that has the largest area detector, gives us the best limits of detection, and it's our fastest machine. The C series is very similar, but doesn't have as good a detection limit. The detector is a little bit smaller, and the C series cannot do potassium because it has a silver tube. So we do chlorine instead on that one.
Okay. And also, very importantly, what kind of training package and support do you provide to some users that might be very new to XRF technology? Do you have something like that?
Yeah, so we've got a lot of information, a lot of slides with every machine that we send out that comes into our office and we export. Is we put together a USB, and on there we have all the training material, and then we also have we schedule Zoom meetings where we actually go online and we do training. Often, as I said, before COVID, we used to travel, but sometimes you come for a day and it's just too much information. And we found that with the breaking it up into bite-sized chunks, maybe over 2 or 3 weeks, and also if you're recording these sessions, it's just a lot more convenient for the operators. But I was talking to Dr. Comfort earlier, and maybe what we can do is look at coming up for a seminar in Abuja and some training later in this year.
Okay. And again, on the use of on the ease of use, I want to, because most of these equipment, sometimes if there are some updates, is it done remotely? How is it actually done? if you want to update some particular softwares
Okay.
or it just a kind of you buy and you are good to go. They are not like update. If you want to update, is it done remotely or does it have to be sent back to your office?
So from an updating point of view,
I'll call you back. I'll call you back.
Yes.
So from an updating point of view, you can go to the Olympus Evident website and you can download the latest, pretty much like you do on your cell phone. We actually don't recommend that. So we've got a service center here. And if you want to update the software, we normally recommend that you contact us.
Hello, we lost you.
We lost you there.
Hello, can you hear us?
He's on mute. He's on mute.
Okay. I think you're on mute. Can you unmute yourself? We can't hear you.
Who?
Okay, yes.
You guys keep muting me.
No, okay, we can hear you now. We can hear you now. Go on. Okay. Sorry about that. Maybe Comfort has been her hands have been so fast.
Okay, maybe somebody muted everybody because there was a phone ringing.
Okay, yeah. Okay, go on. Okay.
No worries. We were talking about updating the software. So there's a feature on the machine where you can go and say, look for updates.
Okay.
So you can't really see the software. No, you can't see it. Anyway, it's like your phone. You can actually go and download the software.
Okay, so it can actually be connected to Wi-Fi.
Yes.
And you get updated. Okay.
Yeah, but we don't recommend that. So normally, if it says that there's a software update, when we're doing the training, we say, if you want to update the software, contact us and we'll tell you how to do it. Because often what happens is if you've got a PC software and the instrument software, there must be the same versions. And sometimes operators don't listen and they mess it up. So we like to guide you through the software process updates. And also, if you don't have a good connection and you're halfway through doing the Wi-Fi connection for an update, it could corrupt. So we like to download the software to a USB first and then put it into the machine.
Back to the system. Okay. Well, in terms of data, in terms of data analysis, like I saw a lot of interpretation you've done during your presentation. In terms of that, does the system come along with some softwares or tools that are actually provided for data analysis and interpretation? Does it come with that, or maybe you can go for other kind of? Do you have any special package for data interpretation?
No, not those are normally third parties. So our results, you can take them and you can export them via a CSV file to those data evaluations like IOGAS or MaxGeo, and those third-party geological softwares. And we work we work closely with all of those guys. So we just take our data out and then they do the manipulation of the data.
Okay. Another one before I go to other persons, I want you to speak on from my experience, we've got a lot of issues with quality assurance and calibration when it comes to XRF. And I want to know how often does, like you said, calibration has to do with maybe if you are interested in different elements, you need to calibrate based on actually what you're looking for. For example, you're looking for zinc, and one is actually looking for lead or zinc and all that. One calibration does not actually work. And
No.
also, if I'm interested in lead, for example, and I've made my machine, calibrated it for my interest, how often do I need to recalibrate? And how do I know that the machine is, or maybe using standard? How do I know that the machine needs to be calibrated? Is it every time? How often do you do that calibration? Because some people say they've calibrated since last year, and they can be using the machine for some 6 months, and they've not done anything.
So what we normally do when we're doing the training and we're doing the setup is you've got a factory calibration, which is a universal calibration that everybody around the world uses. Our out-of-the-box calibration is normally pretty accurate, okay? But if you want to fine-tune it, like for, there's high tin up in Yos. And so our machine will maybe give you 40%, but in fact it's 60%. So you want to make a tin calibration, and what you do is you take the results, the known results from the laboratory, or you buy some from a company like IAMESEP or Aureus, which are certified reference materials, and you use those to adjust the factory calibration, and then you call it tin calibration. And then once you've got that tin calibration, every day when you start it up, you do a calibration check on the machine. But what the calibration check does is it tests the resolution of the detector and the counts from the tube to make sure that everything is working correctly. Then you rerun some CRMs, so you know that your machine is running correctly for that. And then let's say you move on to another project. You can add another, say you start analyzing for chrome somewhere else, or tantalum. Then you can do the same thing, and you can have many different calibrations on there. So once your initial calibration is set up, if you've got some reference materials to make sure that everything's running correctly, then I think you've got the confidence to use the machine on a daily basis. And these machines, they don't drift like the old machines of, the big old lab machines were subject to a lot of temperature change. They had crystals in them, that the lattice structure changed with temperature and all of that. The technology on these machines now is just phenomenal. We run them in an environmental chamber overnight, 2,000 cycles, and we change the temperature up and down. And they're just rock steady. So as far as doing calibrations, I think there's a lot of misinterpretation about calibration. I think the calibration is set up once, and then you need to just monitor that on a daily basis with certified reference materials.
Okay, I think everyone will actually want to know something about the cost, and when it comes to cost and value proposition, we need to, what is the pricing structure for your equipment, and maybe some other associated accessories or services?
Sure. So if you're looking at a top-of-the-range machine with a workstation, computer, everything else, you're looking at around about the $50,000 US mark for an M series with all the bells and whistles. For a C series with the same workstation and a computer, sample cups and film, you're looking just under 40,000. Then, so the workstation with the computer is included in there. That's about $5,000 US. So if you don't want that and you just want to use it as a handheld, you can take 5,000 off those prices. And then our entry level products, if you're just doing door bars for gold and things like that, you're looking around about $20,000 US.
Okay, now if I'm looking at just the system itself, no other accessories, just the handheld with top-notch, maybe the highest model, one can't get it at lower than $25,000.
Why you can't get it lower than that? Because that's not the cost, that's not the market value. It cost me a lot more than that to buy it, so I would never sell it at that price.
Okay, okay. And what does this have a lifespan? Because I know that XRF uses a kind of tubes and all that, and there's been this insinuation of the more you shoot, the more it goes down and all that. Does it have, what is lifespan like?
We've had machines running for more than 15 years. The guys look after them. I mean, the old XRFs had radioactive isotopes, so they decayed over time, and you had to have a lot of legislation about keeping it. These have X-ray tubes, so your batteries will last you 4 hours each. You get 2 batteries. The machine has a 3-year warranty, and the batteries are good for 300 cycles. So yeah, they have a lifespan. If you look after the machine, we've got many machines more than 10 years old. And I think in this day of rapidly progressing technology, 10 years for instrumentation is a pretty good life.
Okay, okay. That's fine. Thank you very much. Finally, on your future development and upgrades, you didn't, at their upcoming development, I don't think you said something, I didn't get it. You said there are some future development and enhancement plan for the XRF technology you have. Do you mind sharing them with us?
The future developments.
Yes, you said that there are future developments, upcoming developments on the enhancement of your XRF.
Upgrading.
Because when Dr. Comfort talked about the lithium measurements, yes, so you made mention of some upcoming developments.
So the stuff that we've been working on the video, where we're actually doing the mineral ID of the different lithium minerals using XRF. And so we've got as far as that, and we're going to try and develop it further as well, with giving us some sort of some values associated to the mineral identification. But that's for cleverer people than me. So they're working on that in R&D.
Okay, okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that moderation, Mr. Gideon Nwafo. And thank you, Mr. Stuart Bateman or Batman. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce it. Yeah. And thank you, Dr. Salau, and thank you, participants, for joining. I saw a question here. I don't know if it wasn't sent to you, Gideon. Someone said, please, what if the machine develops a fault? Do I have to export it? So the answer is that we are working out a collaboration with InnovXafrica in order to make things easy for our people. And the discussion is at the top level right now. Even the prices that Mr. Stuart mentioned, well, you can take it, but we are still discussing with him because we know the peculiarity of our sector in Nigeria, and not just in Nigeria, in all African countries. So we are working out something that will make it perhaps more affordable. The company has to bend a bit for us. And we are using the Richflood laboratory as the font to do that negotiation. And we are going to broadcast and make available the final resolution because we discovered that if our people go on their own to the dealer, the cost may be higher. So we are negotiating. And also another way we are thinking to assist our people is to make this available for lease. So a number will be available. Some units will be available at the Richflood laboratories. So if you do not have all that money he has mentioned, Mr. Stuart, we have issues with the amount, I know. But if you do not have all that money, we have an arrangement where you can do some booking and fix some days and pay some amount for it. So you need to be on the lookout for further announcements. We are going to be announcing also on the IMAC group as our quickest way to get in touch with you. If you have not joined the group yet, please, Mr. Gideon, drop the link for them so you can join the IMAC group, meet the requirements, and remain there.
Yes.
So a discount code will be applied. Once you are ready to buy, we would have a structure for you to have some codes that will, I believe, crash the amount. We are not looking at profit per se. Through the MMC, we are looking more at assisting the exploration stage of most of our projects, yes, because someone told me 85% of all operators are still at the exploration stage. So this will be a good way to assist. Then future trainings. We believe at MMC and also Richflood that training is a huge gap, capacity rather, is a huge gap. And then we are structuring something with InnovXafrica, and we will see the frequency of the trainings. This is introductory. The next one may be more advanced, and then we will go at that pace. So please don't miss any of the trainings because we will not be repeating the introduction, for instance. All right. So other trainings that will be taking place will go even beyond this XRF technology. There are other technologies that would be useful for your operation in the field, most especially regarding exploration. We are going to be bringing this, apart from InnovXafrica, there are other companies we are trying to talk to, actual exploration and what you need to know and the documentation approach and all that, including structure for quality management system. We are also bringing that to you to know what quality it is. We have a complaint that about the China, your commodity arriving China and this testing system and some little confusion. We are looking at the ways to bridge this gap through some quality management systems training, quality management. So this will be coming to us. Financing also and sustainability trainings that will be coming, though that one will be strictly for members of the MMC. We have customized trainings to be able to how to package your proposals to make it attractive to investors. We have that coming up, and the members of MMC will be benefiting from that. I think that's the final remark on my side, and I think that Dr. Salau should also give a remark before we draw the curtain. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, MMC and others. This is a good beginning. And from all indications, this presentation, it's just too great. When you are talking about cutting costs down on exploration, and you have this tool to the field along with you, I'm sure your sampling will be so definite that wherever you get your samples, you know that you can analyze it without any contamination. The cost of transporting material from one place to another will be reduced. The contamination aspect will be reduced greatly so that you have a great report of which it can be of international standard to give in future. As the Richflood MD has said, we are starting well because the Richflood is flooding the industry with all it has. In the area we are least expected, which is mineral testing laboratory. That is what is causing the most of our unsuccessful. As a woman, she took it up. The last 15 years, and she's been working greatly on it. Kudos to your company and your staff. Now, I'm saying this, that bringing this person at the company into on site is a great thing. One, in the collaboration aspect, as well as in the field of making sure that everything we document goes with the AU standard. You know, we have a AMREC reporting system pack coming up, and you have already installed all those features into it before it starts. Kudos to the company. InnovXafrica, together we shall leave this country higher in exploration. Thank you very much. Alec, this is an opportunity for you to get whatever you want from the platform. Courtesy MMC. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Okay, the last one, the comfort, please look at the bar. Somebody is asking about the update on the mineral and miners training program.
Okay, so yeah, okay, I didn't see the chat, but updates on the minerals and miners, does it mean the internship program that we were to launch? Is it?
Yeah, I think it just asking any update on the mineral and miners program.
Okay, yes. So yeah. So this is a template of what we are going to be doing even during the internship program. Technical, we will have technical, we will also have leadership. Like Dr. Salawu here, she has indicated interest, but she's going to be working more with us on leadership and mentorship. So it's a whole lot of interwoven programs targeting different aspects of the sector. And we cannot do it alone as MMC Nigeria. We are looking forward to, we are concluding with partners, and InnovXafrica is one of them. We have a long range of partners we want to work with. So you'll be a bit patient on the launching, but what I told my team members in Nigeria, most especially, is that let's get doing what we can do. Another aspect of it requires funding because of on-site trainings and the processing machinery that we intend to procure for the trainings. That's real-time machinery that you can be part of and be part of the processing of lithium as part of your internship program. So that will come up. Is so much, but we are making progress gradually. Just keep your eye on the information channels, including IMAG group, so that you will get the updates as we go on. And whenever you are available, depending on the category you had indicated interest on, you will get the feedback. Yeah? So the person raising your hand, please, you need to drop the question in the chat box. Yes.
Thank you.
So are you saying you're not giving us timeline when we are expecting InnovXafrica coming into Richflood, because a lot has to be done. We have a lot of samples on queue.
Yes.
What's the timeline?
We are going to conclude that. We are still talking to firm up our MOU with Mr. Swart. So I will get to Mr. Gideon. I know that once I get to Mr. Gideon, almost everybody will get the information. So we would let you know. Today is Thursday. I believe before Thursday next week, we would have firm up with InnovXafrica, and we'll let you know the areas that we see that is advantageous. We are just looking at leveraging on what is on ground to make it lesser. If, for instance, it has to be $50,000, we are going to negotiate and screen every angle of the negotiation to see how that crashes, including maybe reaching out to IMAG to see how to team up ownership. You don't have to own it, only you, okay? Please, you don't have to own it alone. Those are some of the things we are looking at. If you are not leasing another layer of ownership, 3, 4, 5 of you, please, will have to own it when we have gotten least price that it can go to you. So let's stop this issue of me, myself, and I. That's what MMC is trying to mitigate against, so that we start forming clusters to meet certain needs so that we can move forward, okay? So the time frame we will communicate. I don't want to be too faster than the level that we are on our discussion with InnovXafrica, right?
Please, Stephen, please, can you drop your question? And Mohammed Ali, if you have anything, can you drop it so that we can bring it up? Can you drop it on the chat?
Yes,
I think you made a very important...
Thank you, Mr. Swart. Thank you, Mr. Swart, for... Please drop your message. We don't want to have multiple...
Mohammed Ali.
Sorry. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, you can drop your message. Thank you. So,
I've been dropping the message when nobody's speaking it.
Okay.
Okay,
sorry.
the
What's the
message.
best temperature condition? Okay, we just got it now. He's saying
Okay,
what
so
is
I'll
the
let
best
you take
temperature
it, Gideon.
condition?
We have 5 minutes to wrap up. Mr. Gideon, yeah, over to you.
Okay, start is saying what is the best temperature condition for the system?
What is
the best temperature
temperature
condition? That's the temperature range, the kind of temperature range of operation.
from minus 50 to plus 50?
Oh,
It works.
minus 50 to plus 50.
Well,
We can't get for, I think we have that's minus 50 to plus 50. So that's
it
the
can
wide.
work both cold and hot
I don't think it
environment.
gets that cold in Nigeria. No,
It's not cold here.
That means there's no range. That's what he's saying.
yeah, it's got a great range. The reason I say that is it was quite funny because last week we were in the mining Indaba in Cape Town, and I was talking about how well it works in the heat to the Geological Society of Finland, because they have 6 analyzers. And he said, it doesn't matter where we work because we work in minus 50.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Thanks.
So
All right,
next.
guys. Yes, ma'am. You want to make a comment?
No, I'm just thinking there's still time we listen to the Muhammad Ali.
No, he has dropped that. He was going to ask the question.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. So, Richflood, happy birthday, happy hi. So we
Do we come? Is there any
no,
is
there
there
will be
anything
cake
happening
to
this
follow.
evening?
The
In my
Richflood
group,
is
where-
flooding
together.
the market
I can
already.
bring minimum of 50
Woo!
to come in this evening.
The Richflood is already flooding the market of exploration to get the best out of it. What else?
Yes,
Right on.
and Dr. Salahu, we are really trying the statement, the best.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to flood the market with substandard service.
That
Okay?
is what I'm saying, that you have already taken the APAC reporting system into
Yes, ma'am. In
recognition.
fact, I was talking to our manager that he should reduce his advertisement until we get hold on our 17025 international accreditation. Once that is done, so you stop going to Canada, you stop going to South Africa. That's our target. So we don't want to run.
Be it.
Amen. So we need your prayers. That's the next big move we want to do, to be able to bring in Canada to Nigeria.
Yes.
And the needs of
we
the sector.
Always stand by your side. Collaboration and synergy is the key.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, everyone who have attended. Mr. Swart will continue our conversation and get back to our team. You can see the enthusiasm. We really need to work with these miners. There's a AMAG group that we have that I have been referencing. They have
they're all over.
Yes, the team of miners, and we want to, Mr. Swart, group these miners because of affordability. I will talk with you behind the scene on this also again, affordability. So we want group of people acquiring one set. So like I mentioned to you earlier, once we agree on the rate that I think that my people will be more comfortable with, then we can now have that contract signed and bring in those people who are serious and need this instrument set up either by affiliate in the Richflood laboratory here or by sole ownership for themselves, so that we can by all means begin to make progress when it comes to exploration and instant assessment of
that's entrepreneurship on its own too.
Yes, ma'am. So IMAG, we are going to be coming as usual. Thanks for your availability. We're going to discuss, have a behind the scene meeting and discuss how to group the interested people and then move forward. So any closing remarks from Mr. Swart before we close? Yeah.
I just quickly need to say thank you for the opportunity. I look forward to discussing our further collaboration together. And I just need to say, in case I disappear suddenly, my battery on my computer is about to die.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
yeah?
So
All right
if
then.
if I do disappear, I'm not being rude.
All right then. No problem at all.
Okay, bye. Start
I'll
we
be in
meet
touch with
again.
you, Dr. Comfort. Thank you, everybody, for listening to me, and hopefully
It's already gone.
we can
Yeah.
do some more presentations in the future. Thank you.
Yes. All right. Thank you. So everyone, goodbye and thanks for joining. Have
Thank
a very
you.
nice evening. Yeah.
Andrew, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, bye.
Gigi.